is the lifeblood of your equipment, and your equipment is the backbone of your business. This video will illustrate how G2F can protect your equipment and increase your bottom line. Wouldn't it be nice to have polished oil constantly running through your equipment? Let us demonstrate how G2F keeps your oil in your equipment cleaner than you've ever experienced before. We will illustrate G2F's efficiency in removing contamination and water, the internal diseases of your equipment that cause equipment failure, downtime, and decreased profitability in comparison to the standard spin-on oil filter. Seeing is believing. The G2F demonstration unit simply consists of a spin-on oil filter, a G2F unit, a pump, a clear acrylic container which is used to simulate your oil reservoir, and a two-way valve for direction of oil flow. We are now going to add carbon in order to simulate the large contamination present in oil. Next, we will add water and mix it thoroughly with the carbon. We have now contaminated the oil, and it's time to put the filters to the test. The pump will take the contaminated oil from the reservoir, create pressure, and force the oil through the spin-on oil filter, returning it back to the reservoir. Before turning on the demonstration unit, we make sure that the two-way valve is positioned to operate through the spin-on oil filter. Next, we turn the unit on. As you can see, the contaminated oil is traveling through the spin-on filter and is remaining black. The reason for this is that the spin-on oil filter is not efficient enough to remove large amounts of contamination. The demonstration unit could run all day like this, and the contaminated oil would still look like it has never been filtered. As you can see, not much in the way of particulate matter has been removed. To show the efficiency of the spin-on oil filter's ability to remove water, we will simulate a crackle test. We will add some contaminated oil on a piece of aluminum foil, and with a lighter we will create heat to a point where if there is water in the contaminated oil, the water would separate from the oil and crackle. The spin-on oil filter is not capable of removing the amount of water that is in the reservoir. Next, we will change the direction of the contaminated oil flow by turning on the two-way valve to redirect the oil to travel through the G2F unit. The pump will take the contaminated oil from the reservoir, create pressure, and force the oil through the G2F unit, returning it back to the reservoir. As you can see, the G2F unit immediately starts to clean the oil by removing the contamination. Now as for the water, we will do exactly the same crackle test. The oil starts to heat up, separate, smoke, but as you can see in here, there is no crackle present in the oil. Now let's compare the two filters' water removal abilities. Seeing is believing. One of the major reasons why the Generation 2 filtration system is capable of prolonging your oil life for so long is the fact that the acids formed in your oil are all water-based. So, by totally removing the water on a continuous basis, the acid cannot be formed. Acid is the major reason why you change your oil, so if there is no water present in the oil, then there is no acid being created. If there is no acid, then this will create the opportunity to prolong your oil change intervals. Not only will G2F prolong your oil change intervals, it will also prolong your component's life while helping you help the environment. Which oil would you rather have running through your system? Seriously. The Generation 2 filtration system is designed to complement your existing filtration system. Let G2F keep your oil, which is the bloodline of your equipment, at new cleanliness levels you have never experienced before. You are only a call away from keeping the heart of your company working more profitably and efficiently. Don't delay. Install G2F today, the next generation of filtration.